So welcome to this haul of seeds. So I actually have placed an order of a lot of seeds, as you can see, and these I got on sale. So I decided to, go ahead and order these because they were on sale on a web shop, and the web shop is called Granngården. However, I did order some like this climbing cucumber plant that can be used in like a window indoor to grow these smaller types of snack cucumbers. But that one was sold out, and then the company contacted me and said that they will return the money for the products, that I already had paid for. But then I check on my balance on the account, and they had actually extracted more money from my account instead of like returning it. So honestly, I think I need to go ahead and like ask them about it because I don't know why they take more money than returning it. Anyway, that was like a sidetrack. So I have honestly started a lot of the seeds for the season, and this is like in Sweden. And my kind of climate in this area is very cold. It's still a lot of snow outdoor, but it's kind of warming up, and sometimes there is a few plus Celsius degrees in the daytime. But I sowing all seeds indoor. I don't start seeds outdoor. I actually have only started spinach seeds in a greenhouse, but I cover them with a lot of snow, and then I just leave them there so they can start whenever they are figuring out the temperature and conditions to grow there. But otherwise, I just start all seeds indoor and have a lot of seeds going on. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't get that cucumber that I had placed the order of, but I also was a bit did a small accident because I have two of these cucumber plants growing in a window, and today I was cleaning a window where one of them are kind of climbing, and by accident I kind of crashed one of them, so there is only this much left of the roots, and the plant is like approximately that big. So fingers crossed it survived, but I think I will go ahead and sow a few more seeds of that cucumber, because I don't know if that one is going to recover from this disaster of losing this much root system all the way to that small. But I will see. I can update maybe on that, because this is actually like an experiment to see, can a cucumber plant recover if it loses all its root system almost. But yeah, those seeds, by the way, is actually quite expensive to buy, like these cucumber that can grow in a window, in a pot. And if I'm now sowing more of those seeds that I have left, I do need to kind of acquire more of those seeds from somewhere. So I have some F1 varieties that I like to use for that purpose. But none of the seeds that I have here is that. So I still need probably to acquire those seeds from somewhere so I can continue to have such plants. And those are actually really good to grow during the spring, summer, and autumn season, and have like a few plants in progress that producing cucumbers to use in the salads and everything. So yeah. But anyway, now I'm gonna show you what I got here. So the first thing are these, and this is if I don't know in English what it's called, I just showing you the package, and there is a Latin name, but all these are from Nelson Garden. This is like a quite common, I would say, seed company in Sweden. A lot of people nowadays in Sweden, they do choose other seed companies, and I don't know why. I think sometimes you may not get that much seeds when you order from this company, but you know, it's the, I mean, it's still good, the quality and everything. So this is enough to sow 4 meter of the flowers, and I'm gonna see what that means in terms of seed content, because I had a package. Oh yeah, I mean, it's a lot of seeds in there, you know, even if it doesn't look like that, because they are super tiny. So I think I might sow some of these this year, but I already have sown this variety, so I just wanted to restock on this because they were really good discounted price on those. I also got this 10-week flower. This is like I would say like a summer flower, and it can be quite good like as a in any type of flower arrangement, to kind of have this maybe in the more you know, like to fill out a flower arrangement with something like this. And as you can see, it has a bit of a smell or a scent, so can be nice for that reason as well. It says here on the package that I should sow these in April, so it's now Mars, and I do have a lot of plants going on. I did sow these honestly already from another package that I have, so I don't think I will use this package this year, but the good news is that these can be used until 2027. So I have a few years to actually make use of these. Something else in terms of flowers that I got is this flower. This one can grow 3 meter tall, and it can be like perennial, but it says here on the package, at least in Sweden, it's typically, if it's grown at all in any garden, it might be grown like as a seasonal type of flower. But I would like to try and grow this one this year, so I will try and use this package. But it says it's valid until 2027. But I would like to try and grow these and kind of maybe cut them down in the autumn if I actually getting plants from this, and try and store them over the winter indoor. I don't know if it loses its leaves in the winter time or how it actually is functioning, but we will see. It says like this package is enough to kind of sustain or start 5 to 6 plants. So I'm gonna see here. Honestly, I'm kind of I know that I need to get that cucumber seeds that I'm kind of, you know, on my mind. So even if I got all these seeds, I still have not really restocked on all things that I kind of plan on having in my collection of seeds. So you can see these are very small seeds, and I honestly think that if you can grow these flowers, you can probably take seeds from these yourself and use like in years to come, so you don't have to buy this specific flower. But because I have like a pink color of my house, I think anything that kind of looks whimsical, fairy tale is kind of the vibe I want in my garden. So yeah, because I know a lot of people have different style when it comes to their garden. Some people want to have like a formal garden, or they maybe have different types of gardens, and I haven't really gotten to that stage of actually planning like formal, you know, different parts of the garden, because it has been a lot of renovation around the house itself. But now I'm thinking more about this, like that I want to have a representative flower arrangement when I kind of arriving to the house, and then maybe towards the back side of the house I would like to have more whimsical, fairy tale-ish type of garden, you know, when it concerns flowers. So another flower, this one is called zinnia. It's enough to grow 3 meter, of this, and I just kind of like the color mix here. Decided to go ahead and get this. I honestly must say that I've been trying to find pansies, like these peach tone pansies seeds, and I did find them online from a Swedish web shop, but it seems like they were really expensive, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I do have pansies seeds that I have sown, and I may sow some more of those, but I just, would like to have these type of peachy tones on pansies and also like on zinnia. So I did sow some zinnia, but they are like more, I would say like cerise in color. This one is also cerise, but it have, in addition, it has something yellow to it. So just to try out some other type of color scheme. Um, yeah, so I might sow some of those this year as well. Another thing that I got are actually artichokes, I think they're called, and I did sow these this year. Honestly, I thought that these seedlings can handle a lot of nutrients, or at least a little bit of nutrients. So I gave, after like 6 weeks of having them in soil, I gave the seedlings nutrients. And the bigger plants, they were fine with it, but the small ones kind of died off. So I think I have sown after that like additional plants, because I ended up with maybe a few survivors. So I went ahead and I think I sowed more, but I'm not sure if I did it. So that's why I need to check here, what are the seeds looking like. Yeah, I have, and I actually have repot them today. So the seeds for artichokes look like this. So honestly, I have repot a lot of artichokes seedlings, and my recommendation from trying to sow these, starting them, is do not put any nutrients to the seedlings before they actually look like proper plants. Wait for as long, not when they only have a few leaves, wait a little bit longer. But yeah, I will use these in another year. They say here on the package, these are valid until 2026 for 10 to 15 plants. So I hope I will be successful growing these. We will see. We will see. I'm not going to use those this year. I'm gonna try, and now when I'm also doing this video, I will try and organize them in which ones I will sow this year and which ones I will sow the other years in the future. Something else I also got here is actually celery, and I have sown celery. I am not sure in which container, but I think it's somewhere around in the house. I have had a little bit success with celery in the garden. I really like to eat celery, so I would be very happy to have celery directly from the garden. We will see how it goes. But I was thinking also that I want to try sow this next year as well. So because I finished one package with celery and I have sown it somewhere, so I'm gonna wait a bit before I sow these, because I think I have one container with celery. Otherwise, I'm gonna use these next year. Yeah. Next in this pile are some leek or onion. I think it's called leek in English. Now I have sown these already. I have like 3 containers of these, so I would suspect there are like, most likely there is enough a leek for me, but maybe if I see that they're not really doing super well, I might going to add another container just to be on the safer side. This one says it's enough for 130 to 160 plants, and it's you can actually pre-sow these in March or April. And I must say that I read somewhere that these need to be sowed indoor in January, and that's what I've been doing. I've been sowing my leek in January, but according to the package it says Mars is good enough to actually go ahead and sow these. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and estimate how many plants I have already for this year, and if I see that they don't look fine, I might sow some more, but I do have some open packages of seeds that I will use if I feel like I need more. So this one I will save for next year. Something I'm very excited about actually is this lemon scented basil. Never tried this before. I'm going to sow this probably like within a few days. But not at my house, but at another location where it's very warm indoor, because basil needs very consistent heat to actually grow. And these ones are good enough to start early in the year, like from February, and the package itself is enough for 40 plants. So I'm excited to try this. I have also ordered on the sale of seeds some quinoa. Now I have sown quinoa and I think I will be successful with the amount I have sown. So I'm not going to use this package. I will wait and use this one like in the years to come. It would be fantastic to have like quinoa growing out in the garden. So yeah, but it says here on the package that these can be started in April, that they kind of grow enough to actually start later. But I have started my quinoa in February, I think. So we will see how they will do. But otherwise I have an extra package here if for some reason I would need. Something else I got is actually this. And I don't know what it's called in English. I got 2 packages because these were very inexpensive. It was like 0.5 euros or something. And these are valid to use until next year. And these can be direct sowed in April to May to June. I think these are very nice vegetable to have in a salad or just eat as a snack. And I figure I take 2 packages to have one for this year and one for the next year. So yeah, going to use one this year, one for next year. Then I also got some more sweet fennel. This is not so many seeds in here, it's only for 3 meter. So I would say it's not super much seeds in here, but I did sow a lot of sweet fennel and I need to repot them. And I'm considering how exactly I'm gonna repot them. I'm thinking if I will go ahead and repot them into individual pots. I tried to do this, but some of the plants didn't respond very well to that, so I might going to try and put them into individual plugs in a big plug container. But yeah, I'm gonna just see if I will sow anything more of these, because these can be sown in April before they are planted out. So, and I really like to eat sweet fennel. It's quite a luxurious and expensive vegetable here in Sweden. So if I can grow this myself, it would be great. So yeah, I think this package probably I will save for next year because I have some other package open. And then I got another vegetable, just cauliflower, and I think I have cauliflower seeds, but this one also again can be used next year. And then I'm just gonna see if I have, well, we can go to the bell peppers. So I decided, because they had a sale of seeds, as I said, I went ahead and picked up this. Now this is not a lot of seeds, neither in any of these bell peppers like California Wonder or this one. or this chili. It's only like this bell pepper only have like 2 to 3 seeds in, and this one have 6 seeds, and this one have also 6. So I mean, I bought a package of California Wonder seeds, and that one had like, I think, around 200 seeds. And honestly, if you think like of a bell pepper, when you open the bell pepper, there's a loads and loads of seeds. So in my opinion, I don't understand why they only put 2 to 3 seeds. It could be interesting to see what they actually have in here, how many seeds they put. I think I will use these seeds next year, because I already have some bell peppers going on. Oh, they have 4 seeds in here, so that was good. That was at least more than 2. I will use those next year. Then I have a few other things here. Last vegetable in this kind of haul here is this one. In this package it says there is enough for 8 plants, and this is like something to sow directly where you want it to grow. I honestly think it says here also you can kind of sow it somewhere and then you can pot it out, and that is exactly what I think I will be doing, because in this package it's around, it says up to 8 plants, enough seeds for. So I think it would be much better to not just sow them directly on the ground, but actually sow maybe in some plugs, have like a container with these plugs, and sow the seeds there, and then when they have sort of grown enough so they look like proper, actually something to hold like a plant, I will plant them out somewhere in the garden. So we can just to make sure there are seeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is like 10 seeds in here, so yes. Very excited to try and grow this. I never have. I think probably it's very important to start these quite early, because I think these like a little bit cooler temperature, and yeah, but it says that don't sow these too early, because then they can flower instead of making these salad heads, you know, so have to be right in the time. And then I have 3 more of these. One is actually decorational type of kale, and when I went to Antalya in Turkey, they had like in the city itself, they had like decorations out on the street with these decorative kale plants, like a load, like a whole you know, flower bed only with these types of plants. So I tried to find these online and as a seed. It was very difficult here in Sweden to find exactly this variety. I found some other ones that were more had other type of leaves, but I wanted the ones that kind of look rounded. As you can see, they are more rounded in the shape here. I don't know if I don't really like this very yellow tone. I like this purple, reddish, and this one. So I picked this one up because it was on sale, and I'm very excited to have some type of flower in the autumn out in the garden that kind of is not like eatable and is not going to die from the frost, but is going to be like actually giving some kind of pop of color in the garden, in containers, or just, yeah, anywhere like in a container. So I'm going to try and, you know, plant these. It says that these need to be planted in April, and then, yeah, and then they will kind of just become like this. But I think it says here that these are not eatable. These are, no, sorry, it says like these can actually be used in food, when you kind of making food, and also in flower arrangement. So I don't know, maybe they are eatable, to be honest. I'm very excited to see. And it says that these like to grow in heavier clay earth. And what I think I will do with these is to wait a little bit and then maybe take a plug container and sow these into individual plugs, and you know, eventually plant them out somewhere in containers that I will have in the autumn. So I definitely will go ahead and try and sow those. Then next is this, and this is a perennial flower. I have this one in the garden, but I kind of moved it from somewhere, and I think it doesn't really spread, you know, and I would have liked to have maybe make actually a flower bed in the garden where I put like these types of flowers in, like in a row or something as a front piece, you know, make like arrangement with these. And because I cannot move these that I already have, and I already have moved them and it's not enough plants, I figure I will try and, you know, go ahead and sow from seeds so I actually can get a number of plants, instead of trying to take smaller, you know, cuts from the one I have, because I don't know if that's gonna work. And this one, it says can be direct sowed in May, June, or can also be planted into pots in August and then stored indoor over winter until spring and then planted out. I think because I don't know what's going to work here, I think I'm gonna try sow these ones in June, maybe in a small container outdoor in the garden, so I know where did I actually sow these, and that seeds cannot sink through the entire soil deep, but stay inside the container, like stay within the soil layers of the container. And then eventually, if I might leave it there for the winter time, and then maybe I try and sow some of these seeds in small containers in August and then keep them indoor over winter time to kind of let them kind of grow and then plant them out in the following year. But yeah, I hope I will get some more of those. So those is something I will be sowing this year. Also, I got another seasonal flower, and it's this one, Atlas flower. And I never grown this one, so I really don't know. I must say it looks really pretty, the flower itself, but I'm like, I never seen anybody in my area have this flower, never see them sell it, so I really don't know. But probably I maybe have missed this flower in the where they sell plants, you know, summer flowers. But because I just never seen it, I feel like this would be a popular flower in terms of what it looks like, but I never seen it. So I decided gonna buy these seeds and try and sow them myself. And these are supposed to be sown in April, so I'm gonna wait because I have quite a lot of plants, I would say, going on here. So I want to kind of wait to actually sow that many more flowers, or you know, plants at this point. Wait a little bit until April before I go ahead and sowing these, so I don't end up with like a mega jungle of plants here. I think I already are gonna end up with a lot of plants, but let's hope it's gonna be manageable situation. Because maybe I go travel, maybe I'm not here, you know, you never know. So I don't want to have too much maintenance of my plants indoor now in the spring, but as it looks like to me right now, a lot of plants are doing well and it's now March. I have at least one more month, like full April, until I can slowly start in the garden when there will be no snow, and kind of prepare for where to plant out the kale. And hopefully I can get all the kale except for like cauliflowers and stuff. I hope, honestly, I think I need to wait until end of May before I can do anything, start to plant out these things, because my area is quite cold, you know. So yeah, I need to try and sustain with all the plants that I have currently. But I will sow this one in April when it's, you know, enough time for it to grow. And I'm very excited to see how it's going to do. So those are all the seeds, and yeah, I would actually recommend, if you want to sow a lot of varieties, to Google around and see, like for sales. A lot of these seeds companies, they do sales at some point. And don't buy super expensive seeds. There's no point, honestly, to put a lot of money on seeds. I mean, obviously you can. Obviously, a lot of people will put, you know, money on a seed bag. They will buy actually expensive seeds. But for example, here in Sweden, there are some seed companies now, they just increasing the price a lot. They cost around almost 10 euros one seed bag. In my opinion, it's kind of crazy, you know. It's only seeds. There is still a lot of work to actually do to actually get these plants to grow from a seed. A lot of work hours, a lot of soil, pots, nutrients, planting and doing and maintaining. So for me, I don't see why they increasing the price this much. But it's also one kind of indication in terms of what I think. When they increasing the price on seeds, imagine what it's going to cost next year. And that's why anytime I see a sale where I see that the prices on seeds, I don't care about the brand of seeds, I just care about the price. So I try to buy seeds when I see that they are good price. Sometimes I have trouble finding some specific variety, as I said, for example, chocolate flower, or these peachy pansy seeds, plants, you know. I have a trouble to find them on a discount, or like anywhere at all, and then I maybe have to purchase seeds that are more expensive, or actually consider buying plants instead of buying seeds. Because sometimes I think when they're increasing the price of the seeds, as they have been doing, at least in Sweden, it kind of is similar to, you know, what it costs to actually buy a plant. And I don't see the purpose of sowing seeds if it costs the same as actually buying the plant. But yeah, if you want to kind of get started and you want to have seeds, I think don't just buy from some quality company or something. Try and buy on sale seeds, but make sure that the year for when the seeds are saying that they will expire is not past, you know. But buy seeds that are gonna expire this year or next year, you know, or in, if you are lucky, years ahead, you know. Because eventually you could, if you're buying seeds, you could also start to take seeds from the plants that you grow successfully, so you don't have to purchase those seeds the following year. So then you can start to save money. But for a lot of people who experimenting more than being ensured that they're gonna grow these plants successfully, I think, I mean, for example, as I said today, I think I might kill one cucumber plant just because I, you know, kind of almost removed the entire root system of it. I mean, even if you're growing it successfully, it can still break very easily. It's only a plant, you know, so you don't want to put a lot of money on it, because they can easily break. And then you need to have more seeds. So I think you know, buying on sale, discounts, less common brands is totally fine. And then that's how you can sort of get a bigger quantity of a lot of varieties of seeds. And also buy such things you know you're going to be eating, or that you know that is a flower that you actually want to grow, not just testing just anything. Because some people, okay, for example, sweet or lemon basil is not something I eat, but I wanted to try it. So I have often some plants that I just want to try and see. But I mean, if you're just starting from scratch, you don't have any seeds, you are not, you haven't grown anything before in terms of like plants, I think don't start with that. Maybe try and go with something that you think you actually would like to eat or actually enjoy. And then you can sort of expand in the coming years. Because, for example, if you know that you're eating these seeds, or not these seeds, but these vegetable, you may not sow entire package this year. You can save half the package to the next year. And if you got it on discount this year, the next year you maybe can expand a little bit your collection and buy something else. But obviously, maybe next year, if you're using this one, this seed bag this year and next year, then maybe next year you want to start look for a replacement, so to buy and restock, you know. And some, you know, some flowers and some vegetables you can actually take seeds from, but it can be a bit difficult because not all plants give seeds the first year as you sow them and grow them, but maybe in the following year, so it can take a few years until you're actually getting seeds from the plants. And that's why I think it's good to try and read and learn a bit about plants that you actually can get seeds from, so you kind of know what you do not need to buy and what you kind of will be buying. And then also maybe set a budget for yourself, you know. But yeah, this was sale, and I eat a lot of vegetables. I'm vegan, and I like flowers. I want to expand my flower arrangement outdoor, and I think that it's the perfect time to kind of do a flower bed now, because the foundations, the soil and stuff closest to the house is like done. We are not gonna dig it up again. So right now I can like do that, and then I will maybe have a nice flower arrangement in the following years. So yeah. So I wish you also luck with your seed starting, if you're gonna, you know, grow to a garden, if you're gonna grow vegetables or herbs, or try and grow some salad. And yeah, you can leave a comment of what seeds you are buying, what you're gonna grow for type of plants for this new season.